All right, hello, this is Bill Kennick, Uranian astrologer. In the lucky day for the audience, there is no picture of me, but I guess that's just tough. I wanted to say one thing about um, the government of Israel killed about 6 journalists in Gaza, all from Al Jazeera. And there is, now the question is, well, there is an international cry about it. But the question is, is this going to be extremely bad for Israel? Because normally you don't mess with the press. I mean, if anything, I've ever noticed is the press sticks together. That is the fourth estate, after all, right? They don't have that name for nothing. So I think they would stick with their own journalists. I think. So looking at the chart, I don't see anything definitive except there's one new thing. First of all, let's say there is here the pointer works. I think we have see this Hades glyph. Well, that is actually Waldemuth, the dark moon Lilith. That is opposite the sun. Oh, this outer chart happens to be my natal chart. So, okay, Waldemuth opposite the moon. And my natal chart, that's the moon in 24 Pisces. In the transit here, it's 25, and Waldemuth is in 25. But it didn't appear on any cusp when I asked the question. Now the other question was, the other issue is, Mercury ought to be involved with the press, and I thought Apollo would be too. And sure enough, looking on the inner circle, there is Apollo squaring Mercury. Now that's important because you have a T-square here between Mercury, which is amplified by Vulcanus, across from Pluto. So, that is a powerful configuration. And then you have your T-square to Apollo, which is, general activities. And where, after all, Apollo is the combination of Jupiter and Gemini in its glyph. So you can see that, it would have something to do with communications and newspapers and so on. However, the reason I bother with this chart is, that's not all that definitive. But there is one interesting thing, and that is Dionysus is making this conjunction with, and also my native Dionysus. Maybe. Depends whose calculations you believe. But anyway, the transiting Dionysus is definitely right. And it is in about 5 Leo, conjunct Vulcanus and Mercury. So Dionysus is supposed to be theater. So I wonder if, in the sense that news is theater, let's go to the show. But in other words, if Dionysus, this is the question, and one of the things I do in doing endless horary charts for myself is study the meanings of the planets, and in this case, of studying the meaning of the asteroid Dionysus. If in fact that isn't doesn't have something to do with the news, the world news. So that's my contribution for today. That Dionysus might have something to do with world news and world opinion, and what kind of theater comes out of it. Because some news comes and it falls flat on the world. sometimes, and other times news comes and it just, like they say today, goes viral. Because I mean, everybody seems to be. It's the drama of it happens to be attuned with the drama of that's in this stars at the moment. So I guess that would be another way of expressing it. Dionysus, the drama of the news that makes it sufficiently interesting to go viral and to become a big deal. You know, the 10-day wonder. Whereas, at another time the same news wouldn't go viral. Nobody would care. So I think maybe Dionysus figures into that. That's the point. All right, Bill Kennick, Uranian astrologer, signing off.